Hey, what's up? It is DJ. Today we got a bunch of new and updated mods to take a look at for Farm Sim 22. In total, 36 mods were released today. However, there's 44 mods in this video. All platforms got 15 new and 16 updates. And also, they got 4 new and 1 update with 8 new that were released on Saturday. We're going to talk about those as well. And hey, we're going to talk about everything. So if you like staying updated with all the latest mods of Farming Simulator, make sure you're subscribed. Let's go. Starting off, we got new ones for all platforms. We have the Steyr Profi Tier 4B model year 18. On here we have a couple engine options to choose from and a couple transmission options to choose from. So pretty much everything is available with manual plus power shift or CVT, so you can choose whatever one you want through there. We have options from 145, 155, 169, and 175 horsepower. Now 175 is available in the 41 as well as the 61. However, it is important to note that nothing else changes other than the number. So I don't really know what's going on. But we're going to go with the big one. Wheel brands, we have Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, PKT, Bridgestone, Nokian, and back into Trelleborg. Yes, we have twin wheels and all kinds of stuff in between. Choose what you need. Monitor on the inside, we have yes or no. Front fenders, we have yes or no. Auxiliary working lights, front and back. We can also do no, and then we can do front or back or front and back. Now, if you choose none, you actually get back like $1,000. Actually, most of this comes with stuff as yes, so you get the mod can be cheaper if it needs to be. Beacon lights, we have right and left. We've got nothing, just on the left, just on the right, or both of them. Front mountings, we have a standard front hydraulic with front PTO. We can also do the hydraulic without a PTO, and then we can do a Hauer front unit, standard like that. Actually like that one better. It's also cheaper, I think. Yeah, a little bit cheaper. Fuel tank capacity, 263 liters. We can also do 218 if you want to. Again, another $92 on that when you get back. Front loader attacher, none. We could do the quickie, the Hauer, which you may as well do the Hauer to make everything match up. Main colors, we got gold. It's really the only thing that matters. Let's be fair, a gold Steyr. You could do any other color option you want to as well through there. And then rims, which are also gold. Yes, please. Didn't quite get it on the wheel weight, though. There are a lot of things that we could do with this. It also feels weird playing Farm Sim 22 again. I've been playing 25 for like the whole weekend. So on here, we've got a couple things we can open up. We've got the rear glass. We've also got a rear door. Is there a door somewhere? What is opening or not opening? Oh, it's the roof. I'm the idiot here. We also have side doors, both of them, as a matter of fact, which is very cool. And then we've got an armrest inside. Very interesting through there. And then, let's see. Let's pop around on the inside just so we can see that. So that's up and down. And there like one other thing? Nope. I think that's it. All right. Go beans. Next is a mod called the Telehandler Pack. Now, this is pretty interesting, but you may be looking at this going, don't we have these already? We do. However, these can be customized, and they have a lot of new animations. So, of course, we have wheel brands, which can be changed. We also have exhaust cover, which I don't know if that's on the base model or not. And then we have with or without fenders, and then we can control those all the way around. That's on the first Manitou. On the New Holland, we have different wheel brands. Of course, again, the exhaust cover and the fenders. So you can really change that up, change that look up a little bit. Can't remove the rear ones, though. And then on the Farson, we have the same setups here. However, I think somebody forgot to change up the rear things. Whatever aeration is, I do think that's an English word because it's got little things over the button or the letters. Anyway, moving on. Let's select this New Holland because all of these are going to be basically the same. So we can raise the lower, of course. Then we can also extend it, of course. But if we go into control group number 2, there's some stuff that we can do. So we can lean our seat forward and backwards. I've never seen a seat that could lean before. That is very, very cool. We've also got, if I can get it in frame here, there you go. We've got a full like steering wheel movement, which is very cool again. Seat forwards and backwards. Awesome. If we go into control group number 3, we can open and close the door, which is awesome. And we can even open and close the window. Now, it doesn't open all the way back, which would be nice to see. But hey, something is always better than nothing. And then we can open the rear window. We also have control group number 4, which is going to move the mirror right over here so we can see a little bit better. That's very, very cool. Coming out of there, we've got more movements of the other mirror on the side. And then lastly, we can open up the side cover of the entire unit so we can see everything around towards the inside. And then we're back. How cool is that? Next up is the slurry spreader. This is the Fliegl VFW 10,600. Hence the name, 10,600 liters. It is going to be slurry and digestate down at the bottom right-hand corner. Horsepower required 85 horsepower, so not a lot. Small tractors will be perfectly fine for this. It has a 10.4 meter working width at 10 miles an hour. Wheel brands from TerraLifePlus, Michelin, BKT, Bridgestone, Continental, Midas, and back in. We can change a few of them as well, so a little bit for everybody there. Bar, yes or no, around towards the back, and even fenders. We can remove those if we want to, though the line still remains. Then rim colors, we can change those up. It's a very basic slurry spreader, but I'm digging this, man. Yeah, great job. Now, these next two mods are special. They're in a pack together, Rinoagro Limited Edition Pack. This is also now, as far as I can tell, unless this was a mistake, the first time we've seen Rinoagro on consoles. Beforehand, I've taken a look and gone back. Everything has been Lizard for Rinoagro up to this point, and maybe there was a mistake. So if you're on console and you want this, maybe jump on and grab them. So we have two of them on here. We have a single and dual axle versions of these slurry spreaders, 10 meters at 6 miles an hour, so a little bit slower. And we could change up the wheels a little bit. Holds 8,000 liters and requires 90 horsepower. Then the larger one, 10 meters is 6 miles an hour, still 100 horsepower, but it holds 10,000 liters. Same wheel brands. But again, I thought we would see Lizard versions of these as well, but the Rinoagro version is on consoles, at least when I'm recording this video, so hey, if you want it, go get it. New brand. Next up, let me introduce you to your new favorite bucket to be used with front loaders and telehandlers. It is the JD Grapple Bucket. But don't worry, this is actually a Lizard branded piece of machinery. So I'm going to start with the manufacturer decals. John Deere, Case IH, Fendt, Kubota, and back to Lizard again. So yes, John Deere is on there, but you don't have to make it John Deere if you want to. Also, just a heads up, that's from MacTrucker921, so you know it's going to be good. I'm going to save the best part for last. So can we add a grapple? Yes, we can. Can we add shovel teeth? Yes, and they can actually go out pretty far, so you can do some bell work with these if you want to. Attachment type, front loader or skid steer loader. Discharge speed, standard or fast. And you would want the fast if you go with the capacity change. So it starts with 1,500 liters, or you could do 25,000 liters. You know which one I'm going for. Main color! We could do all kinds of stuff, including green number 2, which we all know better as toothpaste. However, yeah, I mean the John Deere. Come on, I get it. And then we've got colors for all the other stuff as well, for the grapple, as well as the trim teeth. We could change those too. And the main color, don't worry, orange is Kubota orange. So you're good to go. Yeah, my new favorite overpowered bucket is now here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get one of these, and I'm going to put it on front of that new Holland that we just showed off. Did I say telehandler? I apologize. It is front loader and skid steer, not telehandler. I apologize for misspeaking there. Yeah, front loader and skid steer, not telehandler, though you can get a telehandler front loader adapter, and you're good to go. Next is the small animal trailer, which actually refers to the amount of animals it can hold and not the size of the animals that it can hold. Main colors, we've got all kinds of stuff through here, but it changes the framing around the outside. Design colors, going to change the wood on the interior, and rim colors are rim colors at the end of the day. Pretty neat little trailer, I'll give it that much. Now, what will it hold? 1 cow, and I'm surprised with that, 2 pigs, or 2 sheep. So there you go. Next is the ROOTSTER 604 Premium DLC. Gonna change this to red because for some reason it comes as a white and it looks terrible. 8,000 liter capacity, 9.1 tons, 185 horsepower is required, 3 meters at 6 miles per hour. This is a harvester, but not just any harvester. Normally it does sugar beets in the game, but it'll also do all of our DLC crops from the premium DLC. So that is going to be carrots, parsnips, and red beets. So now, this piece of machinery will do those as well. Next up, we have the Lizard Medium Silos Pack. And I know what you're thinking. Medium in what world? The Brazilian, I guess, for DH modding shown off on the Brazilian maps and settings. So medium for those. Now, you may be looking at this going, there's just two. You just placed them down twice. See, that's what I thought. But then I went back and looked. I didn't. I did it the right way. They're exactly the same. They cost exactly the same. They hold exactly the same. Why are there four? There's only two. What am I doing wrong? Please tell me. Please, somebody tell me. They look great. They're fantastic. I love the used look of them, but it's only two. These are 4 different mods. What is the difference? What am I not seeing? There's got to be something. I can't be just the idiot in this case. I mean, I am usually all the other ones, but I've looked everywhere else. There's nothing. It's these 4. The same. 5 million and 10 million respectively. They don't even hold anything different. I checked that too. What's going on? Oh, I found it. There's brick on the bottom of one, but not the other. That's the only difference? Okay. This one is a little bit smaller. This is a cheap and small grain silo for your farm. 150,000 liter capacity, 20 grand, which is not bad at all. Next up, we've got a very, very involved mod. This is Dahut, like Jabba the Hutt or Pizza the Hut. Herbal tea. They say discover a host of new flavors with infusions. Dahut. All right. Do Dahut. I don't know. You can grow new crops in the greenhouses of vegetable gardens. Mint, peppermint, lemon balm, verbena, chamomile, and thyme, or thime, as you may call it. You can also plant linden trees and harvested leaves, fruit, and they say rose hips, but this is called dog rose. I don't know what either one of them are in real life, but maybe you do. Maybe this is important to you. So we'll show you how it all works. So there's a couple different things to know. So we have the dog rose here, the rose hip, and the water in, and we get 5 rose hip out. Then if we come over here, so these are found in greenhouse, or we got greenhouses and all kinds of stuff through here. I'll show you where everything is, don't worry. Then we have linden, which is going to make linden leaves, so 1 in, 5 out. That's very cool. And then both these are found in greenhouses. They're all exactly the same, just one's larger than the other one. So mint, peppermint, chamomile, verbena, lemon balm, and thyme, or thime. And then we've got basically the same stuff in here, just produces a little bit less of it. Then we have a few different things in the background. Now, the buildings may look familiar to you. Market stall is going to be where you sell everything. Then we have a herbal tea laboratory, which is basically kind of like the herbal tea factory. And then we also have an old dryer and a modern dryer. So let's jump over to the dryers first. These are some base game buildings with interiors that are changed up. So we can make dried mint, dried peppermint, basically all of those things, but we can dry them if we want to. So we have the old dryer and the modern dryer, which is very, very cool. Can you open it up? Yes, you can. And you can even store stuff in there if you want to, which is very, very cool. You're just going to be doing things a little bit faster, about twice as fast with the modern one versus the other. Now, let's go over to this guy. So we can pop up and take a look at it. It shows you kind of how everything works. So if we look at the plants on the left-hand side, we also have the dog rose and the linden going out. Everything from the plants goes into the dryer or the greenhouses. Everything from the tree and the stuff down the bottom, linden, rosehip, goes into the herbal tea factory. And then from there, we could take the dried stuff and go into the laboratory. And then everything else just makes all kinds of neat stuff and goes to the market stall. Oh, yeah, but here, let me put this at a spot where you can take a screenshot. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Don't worry. That's for me for later. So we've got all of that over here in Dahut. And then we've got our mint herbal tea and all kinds of stuff through there. And if we take a look at the other bit, the tea factory, we've got all kinds of stuff through there. Things will take different things to make different teas. Is this tea simulator? No, this is farming simulator. But am I cool with it? Absolutely. Over here we have a goat or Dahut, and then we've got a passage to Dahut. So there you go. Next we have Robert's Garage. This can be found in sheds. Going to be $50,000. If we come over here, click the button, everything opens up for us, which is fantastic. It looks great inside here. We pull through, park your vehicles or whatever you want to do. We've also got that there. If I turn on help menu, we might have some lights. There we go. We can see some lights. Can we open up that? No, we cannot. Otherwise, still very, very cool. I like how they've included a bunch of different like stuff around. It's kind of one of those things. If you want something to look lived in, put stuff around it. Next is Wholesale. This is a place where you can sell all base game crops. So we've got a sell point around towards the front, which is where you basically sell everything. We've also got an area around that, away from the grading, where you can sell pallets and things like that. And around towards the back right here, we have a place for timber and that type of thing. If I jump out and we just go look for stuff here, you can see for basically everywhere, Wholesale is there. Now, I had one question about, can we sell things from DLCs? Also, grass? Yep, we can sell grass there. Was there anything that we can't do anywhere? No, you can basically do everything. All right, let's look at some DLC. What about washed carrots? Yep, we can sell those. Bowl, yep, so all the DLC stuff we can sell there. That's very cool. What about the new stuff? The lemon balm. Yes, we can sell that. I don't actually have a place to sell that down. So all of these new DLC things that we could do through there, hay pellets, straw pellets, carrots, parsnips, red beet, yes, everything can be sold at Wholesale, although it does look like it's the lowest price for some of the stuff. And yeah, looks like it's maybe 95 to 98% of what you would get everywhere else. Next is the fluid tank. Each one of these holds a little something different. Capacity's 52,710 liters with a price of $12,500 per. So we've got that. Now, let's load in here. Let's jump around, go to containers, and here we can see them. Now, they all look the same, which is a little bit disappointing. Would be nice if they had a logo or something like that around on it. But hey, it is what it is. So we've got the liquid fertilizer tank, the milk tank, herbicide, diesel, and water. So there you go. If you're wanting to store any of those and you want a tank to put down rather than a regular silo, you can do it. Next to last, we have well water. This is water supply placed on your farm to provide fresh spring water from your newly drilled well at no charge. Now, you can give your animals, the greenhouses, lots of water. You're still going to need a tanker for them, but you can do it. And I like that it looks like a spigot. And I got a couple of these around my house even. And your last new one for all platforms today is the small farmhouse. We have the same model, but in two different designs, and both of them offer a place to sleep. However, no interior. And I think people are getting smart. They're starting to block off the bottom so that I can't see in. All right, let's jump over to updates for all platforms. First one's the John Deere X9 2020 US and EU version from Sid Monty. It's going to be version 1002. They've added opening side flaps, repair of the moving discharge tip on the pipe, fixes for minor issues, and added engine configuration for the 1000 and 1100. Next up, the Kemper Pack version 1101. Raw Smash and Lacotech frames added to all cutters and added new colors. I need to learn how to say Lacotech. Next up, the AVANT-Series version 1.7. This is the fast connector upgrade. So we have replaced the old hydraulic and electric connector with the fast connector. Next, Kastrnka, it's a tractor to version number 2. It's a big update. Remodeling of the entire tractor model. They've added a front loader configuration, added new animations for seat suspension, wheel cover, hoses, added support for interactive control, which does require the interactive control mod from Vertex Design, so mod up, don't worry. Interactive control and mouse control can be configured for consoles, which is really good news. They've added support for precision farming mod, added new sounds to animations, redesigned the dashboard with new textures, lighting, and buttons, new textures for dirt and destruction, and new sticker textures. Basically, this is a brand new mod. Next up, the Schlüter 2500 version 1.1. They fixed floating precision farming sensor and optimized the file. Ponsse Buffalo Shuttle version 1101. Fixed failure in vehicle model. Color choice adjusted. Nokian Forest King TRS2 wheelset addon. And steering angle adapted to original vehicle. And we also basically have an identical changelog for the Ponsse Forwarder Pack version 1101. Fixed failure in vehicle model. Color choice adjusted. Nokian Forest King TRS2 wheelset added. And steering angle adapted to original vehicle. Moving on, the MAN TGS Pack version 101, wheel adapted to the TGS 6x4 middle axle on the right. AGL Series version 1.1, passenger seating support, which does require the Kubota DLC. Prices were reduced, they've added new optionals, chassis and wheels have been corrected, and interior error fixed when selecting the cabin type. FTG FB90D was updated to 1010, changed the normal textures, changed the log grabber, change the crane lights, and change the oil pump with hoses. Kotte Manure Pack version 1001, fix the manure sensor, only PQ 32,000. Garage 28 by 11 version 1.1, improve the textures, clip distance, and lighting. Seasonal Tents 1001, remove the indoor areas which cause problems during the winter and added a campfire. They do say that tents and campfire disappears during the winter. And a couple map updates, version 1.3 of Frühling 2K23. They do say, please note this update does not necessarily require a new game save. We have matching license plates installed and minor visual corrections. Burgenlandkreis Light version 1003, no new save game required for this. They fixed issues with the harvester from the premium expansion DLC, thanks to Giants for the help. And your last update today for all platforms, the Gumpen Mega Field and Forest Map version 1004. A new save game is required for this one. They fixed problem with straw and manure on goats and chickens. Earth crop storage now working. Some text adjustments. Bale storage made to manual filling and removal. New farm silo has been added. Canola straw can now also be used for bedding. Washing area walls now have a collision. Muck heap have been given a conveyor belt. Chicken fattening facility has been added. No eggs are produced there, and field grass has been removed. They do say the Platinum Expansion DLC is recommended for production at the sawmill. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players. We have the New Holland CX 7 and 8, 2001 through 2006. This is a very cool setup here. Unfortunately, it's PC and Mac only, which is kind of but hey, it is what it is. Also from Captain G, big shouty outy to him. So let's start off. We have configurations. Now these are going to be your grain at the top. Our grain area, it's also going to be how much fuel you can hold. So we've got 7,600, we also have the 8,000, and then the 10,500, which ups us also from 500 to 750 liters of fuel. We've also got the 11,600, and then back down in through there. As far as the engine setup, this is only the engine, so we have 218 horsepower, 238, 252, 272, and I believe two different models here. We have the 780 as well as the 820, and then we go to 299, 333, 374, and then back down. So all the way up to the CX 880. Very good engine on here. Let's leave it on that. I like it. Wheel options from Michelin, Trelleborg, Continental, Midas, BKT. And then we also have setups for standard, wide tires, transport wheels, twin wheels as well. Some good stuff through there. You know, let's throw on the twin wheels. Why not? They look great. As far as real dashboard, if you guys use that, go for that. You're good to go. GPS as well. We have the Mod Hub version. We also have GPS by New Holland, and then we have it on the 7600 tank if you've got that, or on the 8000 or 10,000 or 11.6 tank as well. So you can actually put them in different places. New Holland logo around towards front. We have logo number 1 and number 2. Warning signs, yes and no. Straw spreading system, so no, and they say standard size of 6 meters. They have 7, 8, 9, 10, or not. Now the thing is, you can't see that changing visibly on the outside, but it is changing. So say you're using a 10-meter header, hey, go with a 10-meter there. You're good to go. Flags, we have a few, not a bunch. We have Poland, Germany, Great Britain, Brazil, France, USA, and nada. Air horns pack, yes and no. CB radio around towards the inside, yes and no there. Trailer hitch, we have a couple options. So no trailer hitch. I don't know if there's still one in there. Nope. No means no. We have the medium size and the long size. We're going to go all the way towards the very back. Pipe, we have a small and standard set. Tank plates color around towards the back side. It's the best place to see that at the top. Rim color, we do have yellow if you want to go with that. I think that looks pretty cool. It's different. I think that's why I like it. And then we have our license plate. Now, as far as headers go, we have an 8.5 meter grain head, 6 mile per hour, so nothing too crazy there. We also have a 10 meter, 6 mile per hour corn header, which is absolutely massive. And then we have a modified Nardi N7030 header trailer, which is going to work perfectly for us. One other nice thing is they have included custom colors for the New Holland. So if you want to change it up to some New Holland stuff, whether that be older US style or EU, rest of the world, and the yellow and blue, rock and roll. Very cool mod pack. Next one for PC Mac players is the Lair SP 320. This is a grain trailer for you guys. You can also make it a silage trailer if you want, which is very cool. On the wheel brands, we have a Trelleborg. We also have Michelin, BKT, Bridgestone, and Nokian tires. I'm going to put it on the BKTs because I love those. There you go, Earth Max. That's what I'm talking about. Beacon lights, these are kind of cool. So we have beacons, but we can also do strobes. So we got the little bitty strobes on there. And then we have working lights of yes and no's around towards the back. I haven't looked. Let's see. We also have working lights towards the side and nothing around towards the front. So a lot of light towards the back side. Capacities, we have 25,900, 37,800. And then for a silage body, we have 47,800 there. Then design color. Now, these kind of threw me for a loop, but look inside the wheels. Right in the center. This is changing those up. Now, I don't know what they're called, but as far as I've been able to be told previously, like IRL, you put these on there, so if they're not pointing at each other or whatever, then you know that they've loosened. Maybe that's true. I don't actually know because I've never used those before. Hey, fill me in. What's going on here? Next up, we've got another new one for PC and Mac players. This is called Sticky Fate. Now, this is pretty darn cool. Basically, yeah, this allows you to stick to anything that's moving. I found it quite difficult to work it out when it comes to AI vehicles because you need to get on them and stick to them pretty good, but it works fairly well. They say the possibilities are opened up quite a lot for this. You can carry your friends around. If you're driving, they could jump on the vehicle and it just kind of sticks to the vehicle. As you can see, these streamers can also film from different angles, which are otherwise impossible while the AI is working in the field. So you can actually like go like this, just kind of check it out. Also works really well, I believe, in multiplayer as well. Sticking to a moving trailer while players not moving, walking around on a moving trailer, same speed in every direction, which again, very difficult to do, but it works. Auto rotating with the vehicles turning at first person view, and you can also jump. It's so cool. There's a lot of other stuff as well. There are some limitations though, so picking up and dropping objects will not work properly at high speeds. So moving like this, so you're not going to be picking stuff up, moving around on the trailer. It still thinks that it's moving around. And players sometimes bounce up and down when standing close to the borders of a pallet on a moving vehicle because, well, probably anyway, because of collisions. I think this is neat. It's very, very cool. So if you guys are on PC, this is definitely a mod that I would have installed. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's just a dude driving that. Oh wait, no, I can't keep up. Come back! This next mod is a massive game changer for those of you playing realistic or unrealistic on PC. It's also your last new one for PC today. We got like 8 or 9 more. We'll talk about it. Anyway, it's called Real Light Shadows, and it's currently not active because I wanted to show you what the light looks like before the mod. See that? See that? Look at the wall. There's no tractor on the wall. All right, now check this out. Now here's what it looks like with the mod on. Everything causes a shadow, minus my dude. He doesn't cause shadow, but you can see the tractor on the, well, now when I turn this on, granted it's the bright lights on top that are the focal point here, but again, now the light's coming from a different way. If I jump in here, turn on the regular lights, then turn this tractor on, and I back up a little bit, and now the shadow moves, pull forward, and all kinds of stuff. This is the way Farming Simulator 25 is going to be. And the fact that this is now a mod for Farming Simulator 22, it makes things a little less stinkowitz. This is super cool. I don't know why we haven't had this. This is awesome. Yes, 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 yes. And it works with like everything as well. It also works on your own tractor, which is very, very cool. And you can see everything around me, even casting shadows, which is super duper cool. There is something you need to know about, though. They do say that the shadows that this makes require a lot of performance and can lead to reduced FPS on weaker computers. So in some vehicles, shadow casting errors may also occur. Parts of them obscure the light beam, like mirrors and things like that. So heads up there. And you've also got to know that your light quality has to be set to high or very high in order for this to work. Now me, I've got everything set to high. I can lock up to 140 FPS. I'm playing at 60. I'm good. Everything's fine. But I'm also playing at 4K max settings with a AMD 7950X and a 4090. But that's a story for another day. That's everything that was released today. However, we do have a couple mods that were released over the weekend. I was at PAX when these were released. We'll go over them very briefly. Most of you guys are probably already using them if you want. So these are the TerraLife mods from Farming Agency. They say that these can be used only on maps that have been developed for TerraLife. And there's only 4 of them, I believe. I'll tell you which ones they are. Don't worry. So they say with this, it goes beyond the normal scope of the way Farming Simulator 22 works. They've split the 12 months into 48 separate weeks. This allows them to show more growth phases of the plants, and the fields look different every single week. So instead of every month being a thing, now it's every single week. They have up to 24 visible growth stages per plant, and game settings can be selected from 1 day per week to 7 days per week. So with this, you can literally do 365 days in a year and be good to go. Complete overhaul of the animals, 4 times more animal models per species, introduction of hay milk cows, complete new animations for all those. They also have new animal feeding, and so on. In addition to that, as mentioned, we have new animal feeding, and they have realistic sowing machines as well. The DSV seed for each plant with customized prices and application rates. Any mod seed drill built into the Giant Standard can be used, and realistic no-till with the Novak T-Force Plus 3500, which actually that line is coming to Farm Sim 25. They also have Big Farmer 145's T-Force Plus 640. Pallets with individually removable and replaceable bags, use of carbo lime and carbo fertilizer, and selective use of herbicides in green manure and potato cultivation. This does work with precision farming, so that's good. And full integration to Maze Plus, enhanced animal system, and animal grazing features so that these mods do not need to be loaded separately. So all of that is kind of built in. It is just probably one of the most game-changing mods. Some people are going to like this, some people may not, but it is here if you want even more realism. Included with that, we have all of the utilities. I think that's what this is, the utilities rather. It comes with all the pieces of equipment and things like that needed for TerraLife. There's also the assets for these as well. So if we take a look at the screenshots here, we can see that all of the assets for these are included, which is very, very nice. There's all of them if you want to pause the video and check it out. And of course, you can't forget about those animal food add-ons. It kind of made it seem like all of these were included with the mod, but I guess not. I guess you have to download them all. However, they all require each other, so I don't know why you just wouldn't use them all at the same time. Regardless, here you go. We have the new animal food additions for everybody. And as mentioned, there are 4 maps that are used with this. No, it cannot be used with any other map, and even if it could, I'm pretty sure they're not giving any permissions for that, at least as far as I could tell. So the first map is Plegny, Holzer, the Eiffel, and somewhere at the Rungia 3. These, along with all of these mods, are all of the TerraLife mods you need. So if I were you, just download them and go for it. But again, these only work on those 4 maps. So if you're not interested in the least bit in those 4 maps, unfortunately, this map or mod set will be unusable. Lastly, today we only have one update for PC and Mac players. That's the CVT Addon version 129. Warm up for the wheel loader fix to remove danger table dev control or console command. Cars and trucks are configurable. Issue with handbrake and the modern configuration for the AD and CP fixed, and RPM dropping reduced when reaccelerating with throttle. And that is it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the GoHam fam. If you like seeing new Farm Sim 25 stuff, hey, we released some new gameplay this morning. Released a big video over the weekend that's got over 100,000 views already. So if you've missed those, check them out. Also, we got a supercut dropped over the weekend. Green beans and peas coming to Farm Sim 22. It's a big one, baby. We got a lot more coming as well. So stay tuned. Get subscribed if you're not already, and we'll see you later.